Welcome to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM, the Superstation, the Future Radio. Hey, I'm your host, Brother Michael Imhotep. It is Friday, February 26th, 2021, and we're live. Hope everybody's doing well today. It's been a very, very busy day. Closing out a busy week. I was a panelist on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Today we did about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we had a very good show today, and I'm going to share an excerpt of it with you, because in the first segment we talked about the fight for 15 and the Senate parliamentarian who is the referee of the Senate, ruling on Thursday that Democrats could not include a $15 an hour federal minimum wage in the clause in the $1.9 trillion coronavirus bill. They cannot include that in the bill as part of the budget reconciliation. So the fight continues for the fight for 15. So we know we talked about this on today's show, and we talked about it on Roland Martin Unfiltered today as well. So the House is set to vote on Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID rescue plan. It's expected to pass the House, and it's expected to have more of a fight in the Senate. So we'll discuss that. Also, there was a article that I posted about. Came out Thursday, February 25th. And it's an article dealing with the Cherokee Nation and the Black Freedmen, African Americans who are descendants of the African Americans that the Cherokee Nation owned as slaves. Cherokee Nation strikes down language that limits citizenship rights by blood. Cherokee Nation strikes down language that limits citizenship rights by blood. And this is something big. This is something that just happened with the Cherokee Nation. And we know that you've heard me talk about before how the Choctaw, Chickasaw, Creek, Cherokee, and Seminole Indians all owned African slaves. So we're going to talk some about that history. And then also when we deal with the Creek Indians, that ties into the history of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Black Wall Street. So we'll discuss that. Then there was a article. I was going to talk about it on Thursday's show, but we had such a jam-packed show Thursday. I said I would save it to Friday. And I've been dealing with these stories, dealing with how Republican-dominated state legislatures are trying to change they're passing new laws to restrict what teachers can teach regarding slavery and oppression and injustice, things like this. So there was an article from Axios.com from February 24th. States wrestle with how to teach slavery genocide. States wrestle with how to teach slavery genocide. And they talk about the attack on the 1619 Project and the push to use the debunked 1776 Project, etc. Okay. So we'll discuss that as well. Once again, this is dealing with history in the headlines. And this is dealing with this fight over how to teach the history of slavery, whether or not to teach it, what's going to be taught in school regarding history, etc. Okay. And what people understand about history influences the policies that they support. It influences who they support in office, which politicians they vote for, which policies they support, etc. Okay. What they know, what a particular group of people know about another group of people is based upon what they read, seen, and heard about the people. How have they been educated? Have they been taught the history in school of another group of people, another race of people? are they operating mainly based upon lies and mischaracterizations and stereotypes? So we'll discuss that, and then also states wrestle with how to teach slavery genocide. Okay, so we'll talk about that and more today on the African History Network show. There was also an article from Huffington Post that you see many Republicans coming out against the fight to raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour from $7.25 an hour. A lot of these Republicans are in southern states, former Confederate states. And raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour would benefit a lot of poor white Republicans who actually voted for these people. So I talked about it yesterday on the show, how I didn't understand this. And somebody else who doesn't understand it is W. Craig Jelinek, Jelinek, W. Craig Jelinek. Now, Jelinek is the CEO of Costco. Costco has announced that the warehouse membership club company, Costco has announced that they're going to raise their minimum wage to $16 an hour starting next week. And Costco CEO W. Craig Jelinek can't understand why Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina is against raising the federal minimum wage that has not been raised in 12 years. And once again, as I said on yesterday's show, when it was raised 12 years ago, it was Democrats that raised it to $7.25 an hour from something like $5.25 an hour, $5.50 an hour. And many of these Republican senators who are against raising the federal minimum wage represent some of the poorest states in the country, like South Carolina, Alabama, Kentucky. And Lindsey Graham is from South Carolina. South Carolina just also happens to be the state that the Civil War started in. Maybe there's a correlation there. I wouldn't be surprised if there is. So we'll talk about that on today's show. All right. You can still register for the online course that I teach, Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Maafa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Maafa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. This is a 8-week, 16-hour online course that I teach. We deal with thousands of years of history, and we deal with what led up to the transatlantic slave trade taking place. It meets on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do the sessions live. You can go back and watch it over and over again. As soon as you register, you can watch the class from this past Tuesday, when my guest was my guest speaker in the class was Dr. David Imhotep, author of the book, The First Americans Were Africans, Documented Evidence. We had a really good class. We dealt with some ancient African history. We dealt with the African presence in the Americas going back tens of thousands of years in this land that we call the United States of America, going back at least 51,700 years ago. So I do a PowerPoint presentation. We have book references, video clips. There's about 50 articles that I reference. So as soon as you register, you can start watching last week's class and bonus content. The class is regularly $130. It's on sale $80. So we just posted the link here, or you can go to our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, and register for the class. Okay. All right. Now, on the African History Network show, we focus on educating, empowering, and inspiring people of African descent throughout the diaspora and around the world. Because right now, it's corrects wrong behavior. What you do for yourself, what you do to yourself, and what you allow other people to do to you and get away with is based upon what you think about yourself. What you think about yourself is based upon what you have been taught about yourself. What you've been taught about yourself is based upon everything you've read, heard, and seen about yourself. So when you control the radius of a man's thoughts or a woman's thoughts, you can control the circumference of his or her actions, because the mind can't do or teach what it doesn't know. Now, we deal with a number of different topics here on the African History Network show. We deal with current events in history, politics, education, economic empowerment, entrepreneurship, relationships, love, sex, health issues, and much, much more. Sign up for our email newsletter. Text the word Kemet, Kemet, to 22828. To sign up for our email newsletter, text the word Kemet, Kemet, to 22828. To sign up for our email newsletter, also visit our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. We have, for the last few days of African American History Month, we have a 20% off sale. Get 20% off orders of $100 or more at AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. So we have the information right on the home page. Use promo code AHN20OFF, 20AHN20 off 2021. So you can use this on my DVD lectures, digital downloads, bundle packs, things like that. Okay, so we have the information at our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. Okay, Sharon asked about a book list. She said, great class. Sharon was in class this past Tuesday. I'll have a book list for next Tuesday's class. I'll have a book list, but we also have a recommended reading list of books at our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. It's recommended reading list of about 70 books. But for the class, I think it's about maybe 7 that I really use. So we'll have a list of books coming this Tuesday. Okay. And if you have any questions about the class, also you can email us at AHNshow@AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. AHNshow@AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. All right, if you want to support the African History Network, $ the AHN Show through Cash App, $ the AHN Show through Cash App, also through PayPal, paypal.me/the AHN Show, or at our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. Okay, so on yesterday's show, we're coming up here on the break. We talked about how the Senate parliamentarian ruled that Democrats can't put $15 minimum wage in COVID relief bill. All right. So we see that Nancy Pelosi spoke out on this. She totally disagrees with the parliamentarian. But Senate Democrats are looking at using the budget reconciliation process to pass their version of the $1.9 trillion package without Republican support by simple majority. The House is expected to pass the $1.9 trillion COVID relief package proposed by Joe Biden. And they were dealt a blow Thursday night when the Senate parliamentarian, essentially the chamber's referee, ruled that Democrats cannot include a $15 per hour federal minimum wage in this $1.9 trillion package. Speaker Nancy Pelosi called the ruling disappointing and vowed that the House of Representatives version of the bill will still include the wage increase, the $15 an hour minimum wage. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer also said he was disappointed in the decision and added that Democrats are, quote, not going to give up the fight to raise the minimum wage, end quote. We'll discuss this on the other side of the break. Listen to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM Superstation and Future Radio. I'm Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes.
For 25 years, the Black History 101 Mobile Museum has carried on the rich legacy of the Black Museum movement in America by showcasing original artifacts of the Black experience at colleges, universities, K-12 schools, corporations, libraries, conferences, and cultural events, making it the most traversed Black History mobile exhibit in American history. Dr. Khalid El Hakim is the founder of the Black History 101 Mobile Museum, and he is a highly sought-after public speaker on topics of Black history, social studies, education, museum studies, hip-hop, and race relations. Dr. Khalid was named among the change makers for NBC Universal's Erase Hate campaign and listed as one of the 100 men of distinction for Black enterprise. He recently founded the Michigan Hip Hop Archive on the campus of Western Michigan University. The Black History 101 Mobile Museum is currently scheduling in-person and virtual exhibits nationwide. For more information, please contact Dr. Khalid Al-Hakim directly at 313-645-4197, 313-645-4197, or visit their website at blackhistorymobilemuseum.com. That's blackhistorymobilemuseum.com. You can also email him at bhistory101@yahoo.com, bhistory101@yahoo.com.
Are you getting ready for fall or winter? We have the solution for all seasonal clothing needs. Kemeticwear.com is the go-to online source for Kemetic African fashion and lifestyle products with a contemporary twist. We're committed to offering unique styles reflecting our African heritage. Kemeticwear.com is inspired by KemeticScribes.com to influence our people in learning and showing pride. Please visit our website at Kemeticwear.com.
Hi, I'm Joel Wilson, President and CEO of JCW Computer Consulting LLC, a technology implementation firm with over 20 years of satisfying customers. We offer a full spectrum of industry top-tier branded services. We are an authorized partner or reseller for Lenovo, Zoom, T-Mobile, Microsoft 365 and Surface tablets, Google Workspace, Acer, Asus, Samsung, PCmatic security software, and many more. Our online store features laptops, Chromebooks, computers, printers, accessories, and software. Businesses, take advantage of our free 1-hour Zoom tech consultation and know we offer top nationwide high-speed internet service providers, voice over IP, and cellular phone services. Home users, don't miss our current in-stock Chromebook inventory. Please visit us at jcwcc.com or call 215-879-6701.
Digital Dandelion's Technical Solutions works with businesses like yours to create an operations manual for your business, which is something many businesses don't have. According to AARP, more than 30% of small business owners are over 50 years old. Many business owners want to retire by selling their businesses or by passing their businesses on to their children. However, according to Forbes Investment Advisors, many retiring owners' attempts to sell their businesses for retire fail. You cannot sell your business without a business manual. Your children also cannot inherit your business because there is no way to run it. Your business does not have to die when you leave. Their business Bible products will give you the tools you need for a thriving business that can make you money even after you retire. Are you looking at increasing your business's annual revenue? Digital Dandelions can help you make at least $100,000 in annual revenue and expand your business. Speak with them today about solidifying your business. Visit digitaldandelions.com today and get a free 30-minute consultation. Welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM Superstation Future Radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael Imhotep. It is Friday, February 26, 2021, and we're live. Calling numbers 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600 is the call-in number if you have a question or comment. All right, and remember, we're here Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. to 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time, and Sundays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I want to go to this first story here. So we were talking about, like on Thursday's show, we were talking about the fight for $15 federal minimum wage. And we see that there's an article here from February 26th from NBC News dealing with the $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill. House of Representatives to vote on Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill with $1,400 checks. And we talked about all of this on Roland Martin Unfiltered today. So I want to go to this clip. We're going to go to clip one, Shakita.
Accomplished when you have power. End of story.
Michael, again, I made the point yesterday, and I saw some folks they were commenting on this on the segment that we did where I said, Democrats, if you don't pass these things, you're asking to get your butts kicked in 2022. You can't go out and make an argument to people. If you want a Democrat to replace Rob Portman, if you want a Democrat to replace Richard Burr, if you want a Democrat to replace Ron Johnson in Wisconsin, if you want a Democrat to replace Pat Toomey in Pennsylvania. I mean, the reality is Democrats have an opportunity to expand their majority. You're not going to be able to go out and convince people, hey, if y'all come out and vote, do all you can to put us in power, we're going to do what's right. Not when you had the shot.
Right. You know, when you have power, you have to wield the power because you don't know how long you're going to have it. But I talked about this last night on my show, Roland. There is an element that there's a tool that I haven't heard anybody mention yet, period, in any of these discussions. That tool is economic withdrawal, targeting certain corporations that back some of these Republicans who are standing in the way and speaking out against the $15 an hour. And what I mean by that is that, you know this, Roland, FEC.gov, Federal Elections Commission, it lists the corporations that donate to people who run for federal office, U.S. House of Representatives, U.S. Senate, and President. We need to really look at, because, see, as Dr. Greg Carr said yesterday on your show, there are no rules. There are no rules, okay? So we really have to take a page from Dr. King, April 3rd, 1968. I've been to the mountaintop. He said we have to always anchor our external direct action with the power of economic withdrawal. If you look at what the CEO of Costco said today, they're raising their minimum wage to $16 an hour, and he said he can't see why $15 an hour, raising their minimum wage to $15 an hour, and he said he can't see.
No, Costco's going to 16.
Yeah,
Costco's going to 16.
That's what I thought. 16.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he said he can't see why Senator Lindsey Graham has a problem with raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. It hasn't been raised in 12 years. So we really need to look at, put it 4, 5, 6 key corporations that help to back some of these Republicans financially. We need to really look at putting economic pressure on them, and then the companies like Costco who support the measure, have them really speak out as well. Because the last time the federal minimum wage was raised was 12 years ago, and that was raised by Democrats, and it was raised to $7.25 an hour. And this will lift millions of Americans out of poverty, especially millions of African Americans. So there are no rules. You have to use the power while you have it.
Absolutely. And
okay.
folks